All right, welcome to Culture Talk. Josh, superstar, we have a special guest today. Promise Damala, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, this is the first time we're having a sport person, so
Super Sunday.
yeah, welcome.
Thank you very much.
I've read somewhere they say you're on loan from somewhere like to Wiki. I don't know. It's been a minute though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think one of the blogs. So I don't know. I don't really remember the place, like the club. So but then like I knew you from the time you were playing in Zabgai.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I was very sure that the name I saw was not Zabgai.
Yes, it's actually Sergio Academy.
Yeah, yes. That's the name.
Yes.
I don't even know the academy. It's not like from around.
It's here in Bauchi.
Oh wow.
Yes, it's here in Bauchi. That's where I play originally. So actually I was playing for Zabge on loan as well.
Okay.
Yes,
Wow.
before transferring to Wiki. So they are the original owners of my rights.
Okay, like up till date.
Yes.
Oh wow. So I didn't even know that you could be on loan for for 2 years now. You have played 2 seasons or more
Yes, I have.
in Wiki.
Yeah.
Okay, wow. I have seen in some places they refer to you as a winger, some places they refer to you as a midfielder, like an attacking midfielder.
Mhm.
Then in some places they refer to you as a striker. Which is your most comfortable position? Because obviously you play in different positions.
Yes, but my most comfortable position is actually the attacking midfield.
Okay.
That's where I enjoy playing most. But sometimes you have to convert and adjust depending on where the coach wants you to play. So
Yeah, we've seen over the years some forward players like being pulled all the way back to play like in defense, and
Defensive,
some
yes.
defenders they push them
Forward,
forward.
Mikel Antonio of West Ham.
Okay, that's
He played in several positions.
yes,
From
actually.
defense to he's now their leading top scorer as well. all
wow,
time.
wow. Even players like Emmanuel Eboué, I think.
Former Arsenal player.
Yeah, former Arsenal player.
Mm.
I think he was playing from like right back, and
Yeah.
then they push him all the way forward, and then they
Yeah.
brought him back again.
Mm.
So wow. The season is we are done for the season. Like there's a new campaign coming
Yes,
soon. How are
very
you guys
soon.
preparing?
Yeah, we're actually preparing very hard for it because for the past 2-3 seasons it hasn't actually been very good for us. We've been struggling to survive the league. So this time around, we want to do something different. We want to see that we are actually contending for something this season, not actually trying to survive.
Do you think the COVID, the lockdown, the empty stadium, and the pandemic in general, has it actually affected you guys' performance? Because like before we used to go to the stadium and watch you guys, and the stadium is filled up all the time.
Yes, it's actually affected us because I think Bauchi Stadium is one of the stadiums that you usually have almost full capacity every time we're playing at home.
Yeah.
So the lack of fans actually affected us because it actually made it as if we're just playing in the neutral ground because the visitors are actually free and there's no intimidation of the fans on them.
Yeah.
So they are free and actually play their normal game. So it actually affected us a lot. We struggled without our fans, but I think this coming season is going to be much more better because the restrictions are being lifted. So I think we'll be playing with full capacity stadium this time around.
Yeah, it's always a different atmosphere when there's the fans. I can
Mhm.
actually imagine what it is for you guys to play, like being used to playing with fans, and then there's nobody.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's actually not easy. But that's the time we found ourselves in right now.
Yeah,
But
everybody has to adjust.
Yes, we all have to adjust. Yes.
How do people like receive you guys when you go away? Because there's a lot of rumors and stories out there that because we've seen before, we've read too that at some point you guys were attacked in some
Yes.
places.
Yeah.
Like, how do you respond to that?
It's where we found ourselves in this part of the world. I think in developed countries it's far better because they've come to agree that football is actually a game and anybody can win. If you just give in your best, you can win.
Yeah.
But here in this part of the world, we actually still have that home must win syndrome. So the home fans wouldn't want to see their team losing, even if they are not playing well.
yeah.
So you just have to adjust to that. We are hoping and praying that things will get better, because I think there are also campaigns being done to sensitize the fans to let them know that it's just a game and it doesn't matter. You can also go out and win in another place. So
yeah.
trying to educate them so that they can be more friendly and accept defeat in terms of defeat or even draws at home. So I think the past 2 seasons has actually been better because we've recorded a quite
Wins away, ba?
good number of away wins and draws. So it's actually changing. And then last season, because of the no fans restriction, I think it was much more better because that intimidation
would not be there.
Yes, was not there. So, but we are hoping that things will get much more better because even I wouldn't say it's happening only outside here. Even here in Bauchi, we do see that. Yes, and there was a match here in Bauchi, so our own fans turned against us.
Wow.
So it happens.
Why did they turn against?
They felt we weren't playing as good as we should, and then yes, and because of the situation that we're in, we're actually struggling to survive, and they felt that that match was actually a match we had to win at all costs. So I think in their own thinking, they just feel as if that intimidation is the best way to spur us to win the match. Well, I think it's just the way our own mentality is here in this part of the world. When you're actually struggling is when you need your supporters the most.
Actually.
For us here, they feel is when it's good times, that's when they are there. When you're struggling, they turn against you.
Could that be related to passion? Like they're just passionate about the game. They just want their team to win.
Yes, you could say that. But it also comes to the part of
because even in developed countries like in Europe, because they are maybe not physically, but then we see fans booing their own players, like and it goes on like that. So I don't know.
Yes, it happens, but like you said, it doesn't reach to the point of being physically attacked as it's done here. And I think in a recent match just recently, Arsenal versus Man City, you could see that Man City were beating Arsenal when they scored, was it the 4th goal or so? Arsenal fans were singing a song that they lose every week. So Man City is nothing special. So you could see that in a way. In a way, they were still.
I also heard like Arsenal fans actually celebrated Man City's 5th goal.
Yes, yeah. So it's
they actually wanted Arteta out. So
so you celebrate a goal against you? No man, that's not cool.
Yeah. So that's just some of the antics we see in the game. But we are just trying to see and pray that, and we are asking the authorities to sensitize the fans, to educate them, so that even if they are going to do it on just singing stuff and shouting and booing, at least you can take that. But being physically attacked, that it's on another level again, and that's what we don't want to see.
Okay, talking about the management and the authorities of the Nigerian Premier League.
Nigerian Professional League. I think
Nigerian Professional
League.
Yes. Nigerian Football Professional League. I don't know.
Nigerian Professional Football League.
That's it.
NPFL.
Yes.
Yeah, talking about them, what do you think about the Nigerian League?
I think they are trying to make it better, because I think every year I would say it's actually been better than the previous year. The first season I played, it wasn't as good as the second season, and then the second season wasn't as good as this last season that was just
as good
ended.
in terms of
some of the facilities, in terms of the modalities being put in place.
Okay.
Because last season we actually had some matches on TV,
Yeah.
which was actually something
Okay.
nice, and it actually promoted the league a lot and promoted our players, and in such a way that we've been having kind of transfers from the league to other leagues directly.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
without people going for trials and other things like that. So it's actually, they're actually trying to make it better, but I think they still have a long way to go. Like in making the calendar to go the same direction as other leagues are going. Like now you can see we are on break. Other leagues have already resumed. And then that's actually a problem, because once the league starts now, you start rushing and trying to catch up. Yes, so that you'll be able to fill up the continental positions that you have to give.
Yeah.
So they have to actually try to bring the calendar to be the same as in other places. And then the issue of traveling and other things, they have to be more authoritative on it, because we actually travel very long distances on road. Sometimes we spend a day or two on the road, and then you are still expected to still play and give in your best. So all these are actually some of the things that are actually bringing the league backwards. And then in terms of officiating, at least last season was quite better than previous seasons, but I still feel that much more can be done to make it better. And then there are other things as well, like the stadium. They can actually, there are some stadiums in the league that are actually not suitable for playing. Like the turf is already dead, and you end up having injuries and stuff like that. So I think there's a lot more that can be done. And then the issue of sponsorship, because they actually need money. So they have to actually liaise in order to bring sponsors into the league, so that I think with sponsors, it will actually make the league much more better. Because
I've heard someone saying the Nigerian league is not monetized.
yes, it's actually true. It's actually true, because right now most of the things are just depending on the government. If the government doesn't give money, if the government doesn't release money, there's nothing they can do. So we actually have to see a way of actually privatizing some of these things, bringing sponsorship into the league, so that it can be smoothly run. And then once it's actually monetized, some of these loopholes that we're having will actually
And be
not be there.
fixed.
Yeah.
So in other words, like other than the government, people can actually own clubs.
Yes.
And then companies. There's a lot of companies in Nigeria, and for the fact that there's there are some stadiums, I don't want to say all, but I've seen in Bauchi like being filled up to capacity like on several occasions. That means people are actually following. People actually want to watch. Companies should take advantage of the fact that there's a lot of people that will come out and watch. It used to be like sponsored by Glow, like something like that, but I don't think Glow is there anymore. So I don't know. Did they replace it with any?
I don't think.
Since after Glow, I don't think they had any sponsors.
I don't think there's any. The one that I know is being sponsored is that Ethio Cup, which was the former FA Cup, that's been sponsored by Ethio company.
Okay.
Yeah, but like you said, there are lots of companies, but this also goes back to what they will gain from the league.
Okay.
Yeah, I think a major step is putting the league on TV.
Yeah.
If the league is on TV, they have more assurance that it can reach wider
audience.
Yes. So they will feel more encouraged to, like you can see most of the if you are watching the league, most of the jerseys you see we wear, you just see it's either the name of the club or it's plain.
No sponsors.
No sponsors on it. While in the developed countries, you see they even have sleeve sponsors. You see name of companies on sleeves and stuff like that. Yeah. So I think if we can make it reach a wider audience, then these companies will feel more encouraged to come, because they know, okay, there's publicity and that as well. And then like we've said now, fans are actually much more interested in the league than before. So maybe that can also help. And then part of what the management has to do is providing security and ensuring that people that come to watch feel safe. Because that's actually another aspect of it that actually drives people out of the stadium. So I think that's very important. If people feel safe to come and watch, I think more people will come to the stadium to watch.
Yeah. Sorry, still concerning the league, the Nigerian league.
You're acting like he's part of the management.
Like I've never seen a Nigerian league trophy.
Yeah.
I don't know. Does it exist?
Yes, it does. It does.
Like the winner of the Nigerian league
Yes, it does. There's a
lifting a trophy.
Yes, there's a trophy.
Actually, I've not
Aqua actually
seen
lifted a trophy just recently.
Okay.
Yes, the winners of the 2020-2021 season.
Just as you said, there is lack of publicity
Yes.
in the Nigerian league,
Mm.
which is actually a problem. Now going back to grassroots football,
Mm.
between a footballer who is on a grassroots level and a musician who is on the ground, who is more liable to make it to the mainstream in Nigeria?
This is actually a tough one. I think it depends. It depends on how committed and dedicated that person is. But I think actually for a musician it's actually much more easier because there are so many platforms you can actually use to push yourself.
Okay.
Yes, you can actually just find a studio, pay and record and keep pushing your talent, which is far more difficult in Nigerian in the football perspective because football is not just a one-man something, it's a team sport. So it doesn't just depend on your ability as an individual, it also depends on how you fit into a team and how you can play. And then it depends on your dedication, your commitment, the training is actually not something easy because you have to discipline yourself. There are so many things you have to keep away from, even food that you have to close your eyes to, and then in order to keep yourself
biggest problem.
yeah, just in order to keep yourself fit and in order to push yourself. So for me I think it's actually easier for a musician than it is for a footballer, especially in this part of the world.
Still between footballers and entertainers. Who is
Footballers
richer?
are also
Who is
entertainers.
richer? Who is richer?
That will also depend. I think.
Yes, it depends.
Just give me a round figure. Who is richer between football? Okay, look at the top footballers in the world and the top musicians in the world. Then you make a comparison.
I think it's very hard to compare. Sorry, it's very hard to compare because for music, I don't think there's a lifespan to it. There's actually a span to it. You can do music into your old age.
Yeah.
But for footballers, we have actually a lifespan. There's a specific time that you won't be able to play. So it now depends on the investments you actually put in place and what you've already achieved. That's what you use to sustain yourself. So I think a musician can sing into his old age and even until he's dead, he can still be doing music. But for a footballer, you have to stop playing and then try to venture into some other things. So
You can become a coach.
yes, you can become a coach.
Still in the
and
football.
it's still in football, but it's different because translating from a good player to a good coach is actually not easy. Not everybody succeeds in that aspect. So I think it depends.
What would you do after playing?
Uh,
When your career is over, like when you stop playing, would you think of managing?
Yes, I actually would love to, but not as a coach of a team. Maybe have an academy that I can actually pass my knowledge to those
Okay.
coming up to help them actually achieve the best they can in their careers, but not as maybe like say a coach of a big team or something like that. The pressure is too much. Yes,
How is your relationship with your manager?
that also depends because for a footballer you have different managers. Like now,
There's a new one.
Yes, the new one. The new one.
That's what I really don't understand about Nigerian leagues.
Eh.
They change managers a lot, and players like they will just wake up and sack all the players, or 10 players, and replace them.
Talking about changing of managers, I think it's everywhere in the world.
Yeah.
Yes, because
Like Chelsea. They are guilty.
is
Well,
that
at least our own is justified. Like when anytime a new manager comes in, he wins.
Do you think they can't justify why they are attacking managers here?
It's a cycle that keeps on repeating and nothing to show.
Some actually get desired results after a change of manager, so you can't actually fault that, because if the team is not happy with the work the manager is doing, they have to look for someone else that can give them what they want. But then the major problem we're having is that of players, like you said. You can see that I think since I came to Wiki, I've not played with the same set of people for the years I've been here. There's always been
New people. Like every year there's new people.
every year new players,
No
new players.
stability.
So you start building and building and building those that you've like started getting to know each other, understand each other better. You see like half of the team will move, yes, and then new teammates will come, then you start building again. So it's actually very difficult. It's difficult, and that's one thing the management and those in authority of the league have to actually work on, because contracts are given, but you see that clubs don't respect contracts. Even some players too don't respect contracts. If you're playing and then you don't feel like playing here again, you can just come and say, I want to move and go to another club. Although it's more difficult to see a player do that, but most of the teams now, we are playing and results are not coming. You can see even when the season is still ongoing, maybe like a transfer window has come, you just see that maybe almost half of the team again in the middle of the season. So it's very difficult to actually work in that kind of environment, because you have to keep on adjusting to new players every time.
Is it that there is no transfer window? Or anything
There are actually
it happens
there is transfer window. Right now we are in that window, and I think by 20th of September the first window is going to
Well, it was recently introduced.
No, it has been there. It has been there since.
Wow.
Yes, it has been there since. But Nigeria's zone is actually special because it's not like the way it's done. We don't follow the window.
It's a special
Yes,
case.
we don't follow the window in Europe or other part of the world, because theirs is so actually specific. It's from June, July to August.
And summer.
Okay.
Yes, but Nigeria, it actually depends on the league. From
When
the
the league
beginning,
is-
yes, when we start the league.
Okay.
So that before the beginning of the league, a window is open, then at then the midpoint of the season, another window is opened, so that players can move and transfers can be done. So that's how it is. So there are actually windows, but it's just the way that we do it here in Nigeria. You can see in one transfer window,
Nigerians, you know we are special people.
in the middle of the season, you can just see that 20 of your teammates have moved and another new set of players are coming. So,
Wow.
yeah.
This goes back to the governing body of the league.
Yes.
A lot of things have to be done
Yes.
to get it right.
Yes.
Where would you play if you're not playing for Wiki? Where would you rather play? We would love you to we would love you in Wiki, but let's say you're not in Wiki. Let's say you have to make a decision to move someday, which is possible.
Yes.
Where would you play?
I would love to play in Europe. That's everybody's dream. I think that's.
I think your question is with regards to Nigerian league.
Are you saying in regards
No,
to Nigeria?
yeah, Actually, I became so interested in hearing the European part of the gist.
Yes.
If you're going to play in Nigeria, where would you play?
Where would I play?
Even though we don't want you to play in another club in Nigeria, but let's
yes,
say
that's actually my prayer and my aim. That when I'm leaving Wiki, it shouldn't be for another team here in Nigeria. It should actually be for another team in Europe, hopefully.
In Europe, when you ask players, they will always tell you, I have dream of playing for Real Madrid,
Yes.
Juventus,
Yes.
or Barcelona.
Okay, nice one.
I'm
I
probably
thought
the
you would not
person
say
that-
Barcelona.
I've been dreaming about playing for Chelsea, like Lukaku. He said since he was a kid,
Yeah.
that was his dream.
Yes.
In Nigerian league, there should be a team, I think, Nigerian players who
Love to
to
play.
play.
I think it should be the more traditional teams, like the teams that we've been hearing of that are more constant in the league and have been winning titles, like a team like Gayimba, a team like Rangers. Yes, these are
Yeah.
teams that have been.
Canopilas?
Yes, Canopilas is also a powerhouse, especially here in the north. So it's actually those types of teams. They are also like they are the Barcelonas and Arsenals of.
Arsenal?
Yes, Arsenal is also a big team. Like.
It's a lot about football. we should be thinking of going to the other directions.
Is there any other direction?
Yeah. Apart from playing football, what do you do?
What do I do?
Yeah.
My life is actually basically football. I think that's just my life. And then apart from football, if I'm not in the football field, I'm in the church. So
Wow.
yes, it's either football or church. That's just for me most times.
I wanted to ask, when you say your life is basically football, I wanted to ask if you play football to bet.
Okay, why I
You
said
wake up
that
to
is that.
football or something
Why I
like
say that is that if I'm not playing, I'm
Mm.
actually watching.
Okay.
Yes, so most times it's actually like that. If I'm not playing, I'm watching. And then my spare times, if I'm not resting, if I don't have program in the church, I'm
Mm.
resting. So that's just it. It's either I'm playing, I'm watching, or I'm in church. So that's just basically my life.
Okay. There is this argument for a long time.
Mhm.
How do you see football? Is it a game of luck or a game of intelligence or stuff like that?
I think football is just like life. I don't think anybody will say life is just left to chance or luck.
Mm.
You have to put in effort. It's not that you just can't sleep and then expect to be where you want to be. You actually have to work hard for it. So that's the same thing with football. You just can't say it's a game of chance or a game of luck. You have to work hard for it. So it's not just down to luck. Before you get to luck, there are lots of things that you have to do in order to get it. So for anybody that you will say is lucky in football, actually has to like put in effort. You must have done something to be able to get that luck that people are saying that this one is just lucky or stuff like that. So I don't think football is just a game of luck. There's actually luck inside because everything we do, we actually need luck as well. But you have to work for it. You have to
Okay.
work for it. Yes.
Your favorite football team or club?
My favorite football club is actually Arsenal.
No wonder. No wonder you have to sneak Arsenal into this club.
Yes, it's actually Arsenal.
Arsenal is having a bad season.
The season just started, so we can't say it's a bad season.
3
Yes.
points from possible 12.
Yes, it happens. Man City last season actually started badly as well, but at the end of it, they ended up winning the league. So it can also happen to Arsenal.
If Arsenal win the league this season, it's definitely luck.
No, you can't say it's luck. There are 34 matches have been played now, and there are 34 matches left. So you can't be lucky.
Okay,
in the
so
whole
you
of
think
that.
Arsenal have the right team or squad?
I think it's a process. It's a process actually. They are actually building because the team is no longer at that level that it used to be.
Mm.
So it's a building process, and I think the club is actually trying to get the right players that can take the club back to the level that it was. So hopefully it will get back to that level.
Okay, Messi or Ronaldo?
Ronaldo.
Why Ronaldo?
Actually, Messi. I love Messi as well, but why I normally select Ronaldo ahead of Messi is because of the example he gives in his work ethics. He has been somebody that has been hardworking.
So no be but because of Sabi.
No, the truth is,
I need some consolation in this.
talent is not just enough, and I think that's what has actually affected most of us in Africa, because we feel we are talented, and then we feel that okay, just because we are talented, we don't have to do any work. So that's why I actually love Ronaldo more, because he has shown to us that hard work can
talent.
also pay. Yes, it can also pay. You can see that at the age he is right now, 36, he's moving to the Premier League. At that age, most people are going either to Asia or to the US to just go and get money, but he's still trying to play at the highest level, and
He's even doing jumpies.
yes, you can you can see himself physically. He's even looking far better than some of the young ones. Like, yes, some of us. He's actually looking far better than some of us physically. So that's why I actually love him, because of his hard work, his dedication, and what he has given to the sport.
The other time you wanted to pick a side in Europe, like a side you love to play for.
Yeah. It has to be Arsenal. It has to be Arsenal.
I hope Arteta will watch this.
Arsenal fan.
It has to be Arsenal.
But it doesn't really matter, does it? If you have to play for Chelsea, it's the game.
It's the game, actually, yes. But in a situation whereby I have an offer between the two of them, I actually choose Arsenal over Chelsea.
At the present
Yes.
condition,
Sorry, Josh.
well, we are still neighbors.
Yes, all London.
Yes, London neighbors. So
Yeah.
I think we have to go. We don't have much time.
Yeah.
So thank you for coming, Isaac. Promise Damala.
Isaac promise.
I wanted to say Isaac Promise. Promise Damala, professional footballer for Wiki Tourists.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you for coming. Josh, final words.
We wanted to ask him about the national team, but it's okay.
No, that would be a discussion for another day. That would be a discussion for another day.
Yeah.
My jersey is here. I hope you sign it for me.
Okay, but I'm not up to that level yet. We are still aspiring to
There
reach
is
that
no any level. The level is to sign it for me.
Do Nigerian league players sign autographs?
Of course,
They do.
they do.
They
Like
do.
he's going to sign my own now.
All right.
So thank you, Culture Talk, Lendo Podcast inside the store.